Or you got to take it out of your own paycheck and be like, I'm getting paid this amount. I'm going to throw this back into the business. And if it messes up, that's me taking an L, but that's me caring about the business. Should you work in your family business or should you go at it alone? The age-old question for the entrepreneur or the person that is looking to support the vision that their family has put forward. What are the downfalls? What are the beautiful parts? Who knows until we get into it. Luckily for you, I've been in it for a little while now. And I can tell you that it is not easy, but nothing in life is easy, my friend. And it is not the hardest thing in the world, but nothing in life is the hardest thing in the world. The reality is, if you are given a circumstance to go and learn from someone that loves you, that cares about you, you should think very strongly about whether or not you are willing to put up with the emotional anguish of trying to get advice from that person. So I've been working with my mother at my dental practice here for about a year and a half, right out of dental school. And the most difficult things that we come across is a lack of necessarily having the same vision of where we want things to go. So my vision is like, dude, I want to have 10 practices. I want to have everything automated. I want to have people happy and running around and like doing cool things. And I want to have these one-on-ones where I interact with this stuff and I want to like try out new technologies. I want to go and interact with all these people. And my mom's like, dude, the fuck? like, what are you talking about? I remember for the first 2 months that I came in, she's like, Turab, like, I'm stressed out, dude. Like it's like, you got a lot of stuff going on over here. And, you know, she said it in much less kind terms. And a lot of those conversations just need to happen, guys. If you're in a family business and you know that you have something to offer and that you're actually contributing to the revenue, let me make this clear. If you are not contributing to the revenue, go fuck yourself. You're not doing anything, okay? If you're not making your family business money, do not complain about a damn thing that business is doing. Plain and simple. And you better know exactly how much money you're making the business. Like, let's be fair. Like, get your numbers straight. That point aside, when you are at that point that you're actually doing something for the business and you're actually propelling it forward and you actually see the results, or you have an inclination of how those results are going to work, you got to have those hard conversations and just be like, dude, can we try this out? You know, is there any way that you're willing to throw me this bone, or you got to take it out of your own paycheck and be like, I'm getting paid this amount. I'm going to throw this back into the business. And if it messes up, that's me taking an L, but that's me caring about the business. Like, you got to, if you're part of a family business, you have to function as an owner. You have to function in your brain as an owner. And the longer you do that, the more you realize the stresses that your parents, your uncle, or whoever are going through, and the more you'll realize what type of person you have to become in order to earn their respect, right? So I work 6 days a week, and I work the entire time, and then I do these things. So in order for me to earn the respect of my mother when it comes to this business, not necessarily only because of that, but I have had to show up for 6 days a week, every single month for a year and a half, and make a tremendous amount of revenue and hire a bunch of people. And now, even now, it's a lot harder to get all of the business stuff through with her on my page. But she gives me more leeway and she's actually congratulating me for some of the victories that I'm going through. So don't expect to go into a family business like an absolute prince and like fucking figure it out. Like, you got to put in the work just like in any business, and you got to earn the respect and the trust in that environment. Like, your accomplishments in college, your accomplishments in another career don't matter. It's a completely different thing. Other complications, yeah, so the main thing is you got to realize my mother is about 30-ish years older than me, I think. And she spends her time doing completely different things than I do, right? Like, I go and watch business courses and build businesses and network with people. Like, she likes to watch dramas and talk to her friends. So and this is directly from Dan Martell, do not expect people to understand why you are working so hard. You can't. It's stupid. Like, no one is ever going to understand. No one is going to be like, dude, you're working your ass off and I love it because you are so committed to something. anyone that's going to say that is probably going to join you on your mission, okay? If they're not joining you on the mission, they're like, dude, why are you so busy? Why are you saying no to all these things? Why are you putting so much stress on me? Why are you spending so much money? Why are you spending so much time? Whatever it is, like, that's the questions that are going to come out of them. Not like, oh, dude, let me throw you all this stuff. Like, that's not how the world works. So to assume that your parents or your family business owner is going to give any shits about your goals if you don't care about theirs, it's just foolish. Just don't approach life like that. You don't have to explain every single little thing, every decision that you're making. They're not necessarily going to understand. A family business should never break apart a family, guys. Like, I was just watching this clip from Jeff Bezos yesterday about this concept of a work-life balance. And he was like, it's a stupid way to paint your life because it's not one or the other. It's actually a cycle. If you're happy at work, you're going to come home happy. If you're happy at home, you're going to come to work happy. And so if you're in a family business and you're always at each other's necks and you're not giving each other like the time to breathe and congratulating each other and just smiling, preparing each other a cup of coffee, like talking shit, laughing, whatever it is, dude, you're going to come home and you're going to bring that energy in, right? And so you got to understand, like, dude, me and my mom have spent a lot of time together. She's my mom, right? But she's also been my dad in some sense. Like, my dad passed away when I was 9 years old. And so I've had a single mother basically as a dad, as a mom, and as a friend for many years before we started working together. And by virtue of that, we have a deep understanding of what each other's needs and wants are. We also live together currently, you know? So it's like, it goes deeper than this whole concept of, oh, I'm just gonna show up and it's gonna all work out. It's like, dude, I'm invested in my mother's life. Like, I want her to have the things that she wants. And when you have that level of understanding with not only your family, but also all of the people that work for you and that are loyal for you, you're just gonna build a much more robust system. You're gonna build a more fun system to be a part of. It's all interconnected, man. It's all connected, man. You gotta have some really tough skin to be in business in general. And I would say that you have to have even tougher skin to be in business with your family because they know how to push your buttons. They know how to piss you off. And if you have the type of family member that actively wants to do that to you, you might want to think about not joining that business, right? The thing for me is it was pretty apparent that all I really needed when I got out of school is the technical experience of being a dentist. There is no better way to get technical experience than having a family member say to you, take on a lot of patients and be here 6 days a week. My friends that are dentists aren't doing that. They don't have the technical skills that I have, like, period, because they're not spending the time doing it. It's just, you gotta give them breaks and stuff. And recently something that I implemented that's really useful too is setting aside some time just to spend time with them. Even if it turns into a business conversation or if you guys just like sit around watching a movie or something, like Mondays after work now, I just spend time with my mom. Whatever she wants to do, I go and hang out with her. Because if I don't set out that time, like, you guys have to understand, a widowed mother raised 2 doctors and is doing quite well for herself and is still willing to experiment and take risks in life, where she could just be comfortable. Dude, I got tremendous respect. Like, there ain't anyone in the world that I love more, right? And so what that means is that I need to invest into her. I need to spend time with her, like, just being there as a human being. And for a while, I tried to explain. I was like, dude, we gotta schedule a time to do our groceries. We gotta schedule a time to do hanging out. We gotta schedule a time to do a business meeting. We gotta schedule a time to do whatever thing. And she'd look at me and she'd be like, no, I don't have time to schedule time. And I was like, what does that mean? What? I couldn't understand. It took months and months and months and us actually getting to each other's necks to some degree for us to agree that, dude, like, I still want to be your son. I still want to be your mother. And we still want to work together. So what does that mean? Like, we have to set aside the time to hang out with each other and like love each other and do fun stuff together, right? That's the other side of it. Is like, it's kind of what I'm saying. The work life thing is dude, it's like, you own a family business, there's no balance. It's just a cycle. Like, you treat your parents like shit, they'll treat you like shit, and you go home and you'll get treated like shit again. That's just how it's gonna work. So I don't know. I think a lot of people don't have the patience, the gratitude, the respect. A lot of people don't have that relationship with their parents because perhaps they're just shitty parents. I don't know. My mom's incredible, and it's an honor to work alongside with her, and it's an honor to learn from her. It's a great obstacle to try to convince someone of the things that you feel are really important when they just don't have a baseline conception of a lot of the shit that you spend a lot of money learning. But it's a really good test of trying to explain things from your perspective. Really powerful test. It makes me a better explainer. It makes me more patient with people. So, and the benefits are simple. I mean, you get safety in the sense that you're getting this education from someone hopefully that loves you and cares about you. You're getting to understand a very unique business from the inside. Hopefully they get you to start off at a very rudimentary level and you get to understand what the base workers are doing for that company, especially if it's a much larger company, and hopefully you build your way up. But to get an understanding of a group of human beings working at that level in any capacity is just, it's just such a valuable experience. Like, guys, everything, if you're watching this on a computer or a phone screen or whatever, dude, realize there's a business that was responsible for every single little component of the things that you are sitting in and using. There was a group of human beings that came together and put together technology to make the very camera that's filming this video. Right? That's a business, man. Go and understand that shit. It's cool. It's like really cool. Like, groups of human beings come together and they build stuff and then they sell it to people because it's useful. Like, that's how humans have worked forever. And we're just getting more and more standardized, and everyone's like afraid of this AI bullshit. It's not bullshit, it's actually really cool. Use ChatGPT. I'm not saying don't use ChatGPT. But to get an inside understanding in a place that loves you, and you still have to be respectful and professional and know your bounds and whatever, I would say, dude, go. Like, if you have that relationship with your family, you go, like, it's, you try it out. Try it out. Like, and the other side of it is, if you're so afraid of taking risk, go and take the risk and go somewhere different. Like, your family's still gonna be there hopefully when you get back. You know, there's still a lot. If you feel like you're claustrophobic in your home and like it's not allowing you to, like that Bob Dylan quote, don't stand in their doorways, don't block up their halls. If you feel like the people around you are standing in your doorways and blocking up your halls, get the fuck out. They'll be there when you get back. Okay? And they'll probably be better for it because you went out and learned something. But I think a lot of people leaving their households and all this stuff is like part of this American culture thing where it's like, you got to be independent when you're 18, when you're still a fucking child. Like, bro, adolescence lasts a long time. Frankly, I know plenty of adults that are not adults yet. So, family business stuff, it's cool. It's hard. It's hard. I would suggest setting a vision that's your vision, rather than, unless like you have a visionary in your family that you really believe in what they're doing, I would set your own vision and just realize they're not going to understand where you're coming from or where you want to go, but you kind of just have to show through action, man. Like, no, ain't nobody in this world that's worth some shit gonna respect you if you cannot execute, including your parents, including anyone else around you. So just do the work, get it done, period. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. And if you have any questions about this stuff, I'd love to hear them. If you have any questions in general about things, about my opinion on the world, I don't know, my somewhat useful opinion on the world, put them in the comments below. Or, things that you've been through in your life. I'd be curious. I'm sure people could learn from it. Anyway, peace.